Morgan McKenney. I am a newly minted, after 18 amazing years living around the world, Citi alumna. So I worked at Citi for 18 years in Hong Kong and London and New York in the institutional and consumer payments innovation space primarily. Left after an amazing sabbatical and focused on leading edge, bleeding edge spaces, given one of my insights from my sabbatical was that financial services is massively disrupting in very foundational and important ways. And I'd like to help lead that future. It's been fantastic to be back after the global pandemic. There's a ton of buzz and energy here at Money 2020 Las Vegas. I've been here many times in the past. I've been living abroad for 10 years, so I've also enjoyed Money 2020 in Singapore and also helped contribute Money 2020 in Shanghai when they were working to win over the China market. So it's always got great attendees, some really great content. I listened into a lot of sessions, met old and new friends, and have really had a great time to be back in person with folks, even in a digital world. Absolutely, and one other amazing thing about Money 2020 that I did in both Asia as well as Las Vegas is to support the Rise Up program. And the Rise Up program has been quite interesting in terms of the caliber of women that join, and the program and the agenda is absolutely phenomenal. So encourage any women out there to consider applying for next year in Las Vegas. So it's a great program, and delighted to be both a mentor as well as a Rise Up open speaker today on responsible and sustainable business leadership. I called it the new single bottom line. Really, how can business leaders help think well beyond their shareholders as their primary stakeholder, and therefore help some of the world's most intractable problems, which have only gotten bigger in the pandemic. And you asked me, Sheila, what am I working on lately? And I think coming out of Citi, I've started with a couple exciting things. I'm very excited to be a limited partner advisor to NICA, a leading global fintech fund. So they've invested, this is their fourth fund, they've invested in fantastic companies, and the LPA's role is to help those companies succeed. It's a key part of the value proposition, and so I've already met with a number of the portfolio companies and looking forward to meeting more. And obviously bringing in great companies into this fourth fund. So the second thing I've recently agreed to do is be a senior advisor for Center. This is a consortium between Coinbase and Circle, and is really focused on promoting stablecoins to power the next generation of digital economy, starting with USDC, and then as other stablecoins are issued in other markets, helping create and broaden the ecosystem. Again, all with the theme of economic empowerment and enabling financial commerce to happen in a very distributed digital world. It's interesting because today, as part of the Open Day for Rise Up, I spoke about this concept of sustainable business leadership. And one of the topics from a personal leadership perspective I talked about was diversity and inclusion, and how important that is actually to deliver true innovation. You need to bring diversity of all kinds to create new products and services, to empathize with your customers, to see problems holistically. And so I think fintech's missing out in terms of product design by not hiring women and not having enough women represented. I think the funding community obviously needs to help continue to support women in terms of women founders, and then there needs to be male allyship. If men are predominantly in fintech, men reaching out to help support, nurture, sponsor, mentor women. And I think I'm a computer science major from way back in the day. We need to continue to have women coming through in STEM disciplines as well. Again, but I think the more we have both inclusive reaching out as well as diverse perspectives, we're going to have better financial systems and financial architecture. There's been a lot of DeFi coverage here at Money 2020 this year, and I spent a lot of my sabbatical trying to understand what it is. It is massively disruptive. It makes bankers' eyeballs fall out. I do think that DeFi will take a time to develop because it is so disruptive to the existing financial infrastructure, and that's why I think the near field opportunity is really around stable coins to help have a stable currency, for instance, the stability of the US dollar, but have it be born natively digitally so that it can really be embedded without these friction points of coming in and out of these digital systems. So I think I also took a course on competing in the age of AI and competing in the age of digital platforms. We need to learn a lot about Platform 1.0 economy as we think about DeFi and establishing new platforms in ways that protect customers, that support them. Well, look, I'm just getting deep into, I'd say, the fintech space. Citi obviously partnered with a number of fintechs successfully, particularly in transaction banking. So, I thoroughly believe that, for instance, legacy players can't go it alone. They absolutely have to partner with fintechs. My space is, are you helping the real economy? Are you helping consumers? Are you offering a better capability that solves more of their problems? And how are you helping businesses? There's a lot of space to play, I'd say, in improving financial services. Thanks, Sheila. Thank you.